This time on Tech Time with Eric, I've got a leaky rear end. Well, not me. Not my rear end. The truck's rear end is leaking. So, this is going to be like a 2-day video. So, I'm going to get the truck over to the shop tonight. I wanted to do it today. But, by the way, it's raining and I got water on my glasses. But it's raining and my body feels like crap from all the overtime I've been pulling. But I'm going to go ahead and get this over to the shop now and see if I can get a couple things started. But I'm going to at least get it up in the air, get the cardboard and stuff underneath of it so it's not dripping all over the floor. And yeah, so on tap right now we got rear differentials leaking, power steering fluid is hemorrhaging, not just leaking, at least the rear end is just a little drip, and an exhaust leak. But this phone mount has failed twice already, so I'm not going to try to use it while driving. I'll see you when we get back to the shop. Alright, so what are we doing? Alright, let's start left to right. I've got new differential pan or differential cover. I don't know that this is necessary, but and then because for some reason these don't come with gaskets, you have to buy the gasket separate. I don't know if that's necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. Then I have oil filter, you know, typical stuff. Actually, I will, because a lot of that stuff in there has to do with this. This is a piece of exhaust pipe. This is the intermediate pipe that goes between the catalytic converter and the rest of the exhaust system. I'm going to attempt to do something that's very dangerous on YouTube. I'm going to weld them. And I'm probably going to show my welds. That's either on as bad or worse than showing your thermal paste application. This is a battery for a tool. Exhaust clamps in case I need them. And then these are just sleeves that are going to go and connect the pipes together. My plan is to weld these. If I can't, I got the clamps. To go with the differential stuff, here's the seal that's actually leaking. This is the part that I'm having a problem with. I believe, I'll be able to use this exhaust adapter and a piece of wood to hammer that in. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. I'll show you that tomorrow, hopefully. And then we'll turn slightly to the right. So again, oil change stuff. The differential fluid that goes in the differential. Then here's the big thing. Power steering. Because there's still two more things in that box I didn't show you. This is the high pressure hose for the power steering. That is leaking. I'm pretty sure that's leaking. Zip ties may be necessary for this box. This, for the most part, the return hose on this truck is just a piece of hose that you use clamps on. And that's where I'm going to add the power steering cooler. Because I do a lot of towing, and they say power steering cooler is very helpful when you're towing. I don't know. We'll see. Because it helps things last. This power steering pump has 500,000 miles on it and has no problems yet. Knock on wood. And then, because I know the one seal in there is a little leaky, I'm going to add the power steering stop leak to the power steering fluid. I also have most of a gallon up in the bed of the truck. And because on this truck they put the power steering, or the fuel filter right behind the power steering pump, I'm going to go ahead and change the fuel filter. I'm 92% sure I have to pull the pump out to do it. So if I have to pull the pump out, I might as well put a brand new fuel filter in there, even though I just did one in like January or February. I don't know, it was pretty cold the day I was doing it. And, but yeah, So the reason I want to use this stuff here with the oil change, I'm waiting on somebody to pick me up, take me home, is because this truck has what's known as a flat tappet camshaft, and modern oils no longer have zinc in it, and also known as ZDDP, and this stuff is packed full of those vitamins and minerals that my truck needs. It's got the zinc, ZDDP. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but yeah. And the other thing I noticed, I've had this oil filter in the back of my car for like 2 months now, maybe a little bit longer, maybe about a month and a half, 2 months. And it does not appear that it's been attempted to have been installed. However, somebody wrote a date on the back, meaning that somebody bought this to do an oil change, wrote their date on it, and then didn't. They probably figured out it was the wrong one to do. But yeah, so everything I'm going to do in this video, I'm just going to use the iPhone to record. I don't really see a point in bringing out the camera and the mic packs. I'm hoping to be able to, you know, record in here tomorrow. I should be able to, especially with the weather being the way it is. Yeah, and again, I said before, it's raining. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. I know you're hearing the rain. You might hear the chickens. You might even hear a goat or a horse. I'm on a farm. It is what it is, you know. My hand, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna start getting stuff prepped while I'm waiting on my ride, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, so it's now the next day. It's like almost 12 o'clock. Last night, about almost 9 o'clock, I had to take my mother to the hospital. She thought she might have had pneumonia. And at about 1:30, I got a call that I could pick her up. So I ended up getting a little extra sleep because when I got home, I didn't really sleep very well. So I stayed in bed a little bit longer. And now heading over to the shop. I'm in the Camry. So yeah, it's going to require me coming back here to pick her up so she can drive the car home once I'm done with the truck. But oh, we'll see how things go. I'll talk to you guys when I get to the shop. I've made up my mind on a few things, and I'll talk about that when I get to the shop. All right. So I am back here in the shop. Truck is dry. Looks like the floor is dry. I'm going to sweep up around it since I'm going to be laying in this quite a bit. But here's the decision I decided to make. I'm not going to put the power steering cooler back on, or I'm not going to put the power steering cooler on. One of the reasons I made that decision is, yeah, this truck's got almost 500,000 miles on it. And let me grab my light. Okay, I don't know where the light is. I have to find it. But, you know, literally it's just like 1.5 foot of hose that goes down to the gearbox. And it's been like that 37 years and hasn't had a problem. And by adding more hose to it, what I'm doing is I'm creating more opportunities for leaks. So, because, you know, I had the connection at the pump, I had the connection at the cooler, I had the second connection at the cooler, and then back to the gearbox. That adds complexity, that adds potential for leak. I'm just going to leave it alone how it is. What I'm about to do now, and let me see if I can... A chicken has decided to jump through the window. Yeah, okay. And let me find my light, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the return line. Ooh, that hose is really rigid and stiff. I have a drain pan down there. You can kind of see it. I'm going to get that in line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the line at the pump, at the gear. No, I need to disconnect it here. And kind of put it down into the drain pan, and then that'll pretty much drain the system because I want to get as much of the fluid out of the system as I can. And yeah, I'm gonna get to that. All right, I don't know how much you're gonna be able to see because of where I have you, and to be fair, I can't really see that well either. I mean, I didn't really have a screwdriver that fit in here very well, so I decided to use a 1/4-inch ratchet and a 1/4-inch socket, because these clamps have a they can accept both a 1/4-inch hex head and a flathead screwdriver. I'm really going to hope that that just goes where I want it to. You're probably seeing nothing but my arm. For that, I'm sorry. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera, because where you're at, all you're going to hear is engine sound. Okay, so it is starting to drain into here. So I think what I'll do is I'll put you on the ground where you'll be able to see the power steering fluid coming out. And I gotta still see how I'm gonna get this out. I hope I have some sort of wrench that'll work with that. All right, so we're over here at the bench, and here's the old power steering line. I don't want to drip it on his saw blade. This was not the biggest fight of my life, but man, it was a fight. In fact, I hope that doesn't get me a gore thing. I hit my wrench between power steering pump and the line at the bottom of the gearbox on the other side. But so the new hose comes with new O-rings, and these O-rings, these O-rings might still be in the pump, so I'm gonna need to take a pick and try to get them. But otherwise, I might have to see. But at first, I thought these O-rings were all petrified. That's why I was over here at the bench to show you that. But yeah, I can't really tell exactly where this was leaking from. Probably those O-rings. But yeah, let me put that under there. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to get this one back in. I might have to run to the store to get an O-ring for the low pressure side, because the low pressure side I had to take out, and I didn't have I had to take that out so I could get this side out, but I didn't have a new O-ring for that, so I might have to go to the store and get that. But I'm going to try to get this in. I'm not going to try to film it. This was, believe me, this was a nightmare. So I'll talk to you guys a little bit. I'm fairly certain you guys won't be able to see, but I'm taking a small screwdriver, and sure enough, the O-rings were in there. Ooh, and they're hard and not good at all. I might, oh no, I got it. I was gonna say I might need a pick for this one, but yeah, I need to get a. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to get into the back of the pump to get that one out. Because if I don't, it's just gonna leak, and I have a bunch of stuff in the way. In fact, right now the camera's in the way. But yeah, so I just wanted to show that, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so it took like half a quart, and it's up to the top. It's not where you'd want to keep it, but since the system should be dry. I don't know if the truck will run or not because I have a few major systems disconnected, but we'll see. like my phone stopped recording in that last clip, but I did watch it through and it got 99% of it. So, but what I was doing is I was checking to see if there was any major leaks. I can't bleed the system yet because the wheels are not either on the ground or on jack stands. I have it still up on ramps, so if I go to turn the wheels, it's going to be, I could knock it off one of the ramps. It could be dangerous. I was actually surprised at how well the truck ran, considering that's a major vacuum leak. There's another major vacuum leak down here. This one here, I'm pretty sure goes somewhere. That goes to this vacuum canister right here, which I can, I'm sure at some point it was actually properly mounted. But yeah, so, and I also had the not mass airflow, MAP sensor, manifold absolute pressure sensor disconnected as well. So, but yeah, so the truck actually ran very, very well. I didn't see any leaks. I don't see anything dripping. So once we are able to get it to the point where we can bleed it, we can bleed it. But for right now, we're going to go under the truck. I've probably said this a few times in this video, but I absolutely hate this tripod. Now I'm trying to work around the tire. Before you do anything on the differential, you need to make sure you can get your fill plug out. Because if you can't get your fill plug out, you're kind of boned. All right, I can get my fill plug out. These, I believe, are 11s. They're not. Are they 12s? Yes, they are. All right, will I be able to get these out with these, or do I need to get a ratchet and wrench? I have a tire in my stomach. This is a job I've never done on any vehicle. I usually stay away from differential work. It's just a personal preference. But when you want to try to fix things yourself, you learn to do a few jobs, you know what I mean? One of the things I need to make sure I do is when these bolts come out, I want to keep them, okay, that one is out. When I pull the differential out, I need to make sure that I don't drop the caps to the universal joint. Oh! I want to make sure that because if I drop the caps to the universal joint, then the needle bearings can come out, and that'll suck. Because then I need to do a universal joint, and I don't want to. It's not that I can't, I just don't want to. They are a pain, and you know what to do. All right, is this out enough to? Yes. These universal joints have been in here. Oh God! I really wish I could have had the back end up a little bit more. I've been in here a very long time, and I may have just boned myself, and I just knocked the camera because that cap just came off. Oh, only one needle bearing moved. I might be able to put it back together. This drive shaft's supposed to, and there goes the other cap, but that one didn't lose the needle bearing. I really wish I had a pry bar under here with me. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, so it turns out I do have a socket that'll fit this. I was a little worried that I wouldn't. And off it came. And hopefully, alright, well there's a washer there. I gotta grab something to grab it with. I need to keep that lined up where it was. I'm pretty sure that'll come right out. I'll be right back. Alright, quart number 2 is going in. I hope it don't take a whole second quart, because then that would mean this thing was dry. I know it's been leaking, but geez. If you can't tell how dirty this job is, just look at the bottle. I don't even think I'm going to try to do the oil change today. I think I'm just going to take it down off the ramps and that took 2 whole quarts. That means I'm lucky I didn't blow this thing up. Okay, yeah, that's, I can just touch it right underneath the lip. We got plenty of fluid. And I need to clean the dirt off this plug. Alright, I almost didn't even start to top it off. I almost just said, alright, let's go home, but alright, I'm going to get this thing off the ground, and I'm going to film a conclusion inside the truck. Alright, so I guess the only thing I was able to really get done today was power steering, which was the #1 thing. I'm glad I got fluid in the differential. I had no idea that it was that low. And there is a smear on my lens. I hope it's not too bad. But yeah, so the only thing I can do now is back the truck out of the driveway, or out of the shop. I'm going to take it for a spin, which I won't take you guys for that. Oh, thank God this thing has great mirrors. So this is a weird garage. You got one big garage, and then you have this other small garage. This small garage has a door on either end, but yeah, so anyway, I will say for now, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And now I need to put that Kubota back in the other garage. But thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And check out my Patreon. Alright, here's a little bonus footage for you awesome peeps that are going to stay to watch till the end. I'm going to go down to the end of the road. Oh man, the steering feels pretty good right now. I fixed the vacuum leak real quick before hopping in here, because when I started it sounded a little weird. Now I'm going to put this window partially up, which requires 2 hands. I don't know if you can see how dirty I am. Actually, I'll put it all the way up, even though I like to drive with the windows up. You're going to hear a lot of air coming from the door seals, because I need to replace those. But we're just going to go down to the end of the street and turn around, make sure everything's all right. And then once I come back here, I'm going to take the Camry home and have my mom ride with me so she can drive it back. Oh yeah, everything feels pretty good. get a shower as soon as I get home. And I gotta wash these. I might wash these separate from my other clothes, but this is about a mile we're driving, and there's a big garage up here. Just gotta turn around in their parking lot. I was really hoping to fix that exhaust leak, but the way the guy did the pipe, I'm really not confident in my ability to butt weld two pieces of exhaust pipe because they're very thin aluminized steel, and it, you know, I didn't want to end up blowing because he used an outer diameter or an inner 2 1/4 inner diameter pipe, which my pipe was just butt weld to not go into. Actually, I would have had to cut it to check that, so I'm just leaving it alone for now until me and my uncle have the time to do that. It's not completely urgent. The leak is on the top of the pipe. It's weird. Sorry about that whistle and that. Like I said, that's my door seals. And we made it back. And I will call my mother and tell her to have, you know, be ready to pick me up, or ready we to pick her up. And I will. Now this is officially the end of the video. So definitely thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, you know, have a great day.